Welcome to a little tea time.
Y'all ready?
Welcome to a little tea time.
Oh yeah.
Welcome to a little tea time.
Who listening?
Welcome to a little tea time.
Alright.
Welcome to a little. Welcome to a little. Welcome to a little. Welcome to a little. Welcome to a little tea time. Welcome to a little tea time.
All right, y'all. So good evening. Good evening. Good evening. It is I, Jarek, aka Jarius D, your host of A Lil Tea Time, and your favorite published author's favorite published author. It is now Thursday. Want to thank everyone for tuning in. Please like, subscribe, and share tonight's show. If you're watching on YouTube, please like and subscribe to the channel on YouTube. And thank you to everyone who tunes in. I am accepting stars for the show, so please do send those stars if y'all are sending stars. Got to thank everyone for tuning in to tonight's show. To everyone around the world who gets an opportunity to see the show, thank you so much for your love, your love, and your support for A Lil Tea Time. Tonight's guest is a great guest. I had an opportunity to meet him a few months back, and we've been working within the Shreveport Region's Art Council together as well. A very talented painter and muralist here from Shreveport, Louisiana. I am waiting on him to come in here so we can get his interview started. So I'm going to just give him a few more minutes to get in here. But while we're waiting for him to get in here, got to send shout outs to everyone over at Agora Borealis today. Had the opportunity to get down there today and check things out. And I found a 2-piece suit courtesy of Out of the Closet nonprofit that I have not been able to lend my time to as lately. But I wanted to shout out Out of the Closet nonprofit for the suit that I found today, and tell y'all thank y'all so much for people who are giving. I appreciate y'all so much. Out of the Closet is doing a very important job for the LGBTQ community, for people who are trying to find clothing as they transition from either male to female or female to male within the LGBTQ community. So thank you so much to everyone who donates your clothing and your energy and your time to Out of the Closet. Right? I think he should be coming in here any moment. So let's see if he's out there. I don't know if he's ready yet. Hey, Eric, Mr. Francis, if you're ready, I'm ready to bring you in here. So let me know if you're ready out there and I can get you in here. Right? In other news, while we're waiting for him to get in here, have to send out condolences to music legend and actor and all around extraordinaire man, Mr. Harry Belafonte. He passed away this week. Also this morning, we got word that Jerry Springer passed away. I was a fan of the Jerry Springer Show growing up, and it is such a pill to hear this news this week, this morning. So my condolences to the Harry Belafonte family and to Mr. Jerry Springer. I'm not sure if my guest is out there yet, so we're gonna see if we can get him in here. You out there? All right. While we're waiting on Mr. Francis to come in here, also have to send word out to one of my friends in comedy, and all of my friends in comedy, but a special shout out to Mr. Mark Pugh, who has been wrapping up his local tour here in the city. I know that he's about to also spread his wings and take off. So tonight I want to also send some love out to you, Mr. Mark Pugh, and congratulate you again on all of your success. I will possibly be coming out tomorrow to hang out with you guys, so just stay tuned for that as well. So gonna be looking forward to that. If y'all have not been out to the Tiki Bar yet, to come and hang out with us. Here's some local comedians and local comedy. We definitely would love to have you guys come out to the Tiki Bar and hang out with us as well. That's right. So I don't know if Eric has made it in just yet, but I am gonna definitely continue to try and get him in here. Hey, Mr. Francis, if you're out there, you're watching, I'm ready for you to get in here, bro. So, we're definitely waiting to get to your interview when you're ready to get in here. What's going on today? I hope everyone has been enjoying the weather today. I hope that it has been a great day for y'all all over the world. It's been a really pleasant day for me. Still working on things with Coming Full Circle, the brand, the series. So I want to just thank everyone who's been participating in that as well. For everyone who has been supporting the movement, thank y'all so much. And yeah, great things are coming with Coming Full Circle, the series. Things are definitely growing. Things are moving and grooving. Gotta send shout outs to Miss M.L. Dumars and Miss Deborah Robertson. I know that their books are also now available in Agora Borealis at 421 Lake Street. So congratulations to them as well. They are friends of mine, my sisters, who are working very hard to keep their brands out there. So congratulations to you guys as well. Gonna try and see what's going on with our guest for tonight. See, he has not made it just yet, so gonna just give him a few more minutes to get in here, and we're gonna get things popping. Okay. Few more minutes. To my life. All right, I'm looking for you, Eric. I see your message. If you're out there, if you're watching, I have to add you to the live. So tune into the live and I can add you to the live. So we're going to continue to give them a few more minutes to get in here. No rush, no fuss. And I can enjoy this tea until he gets here. So, I wonder how all of my viewers are doing. I wonder how y'all are doing. How has y'all day been? Who's cooking tonight? What's on the menu? Let me know who's cooking so I can possibly come by and get me a plate, you know? Just saying. Still waiting for Mr. Francis to get in here. All right. I hope things are okay. Okay, Mr. Francis, I hope things are okay. If you're tuning in, Eric, I have to add you to my live. So I don't see you coming up on the screen here. We've been live for a few moments. I hope things are okay out there on your end. Okay. Seems that we're having some technical difficulties to get him in here. Okay. Okay. Hey, Mr. Francis, I'm sending you some messages to let you know that I'm here waiting on you on the live. So I don't know if you got the messages yet. Just let me know that you're able to get in here so we can get your interview going. I hope things are okay on your end. Please feel free to let me know that you're out there. Right? Okay. Shout outs to everyone who's coming in, to everyone who's tuning in to the live. Thank you to everyone who's tuning in. One of the guests from the show, Mr. Michelangelo Torres. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for tuning in tonight. Gonna give Mr. Francis a few more minutes to get in here. Hope things are doing okay on his end out there. Right. Think he's possibly out there. We're gonna give him some time to get in here. Okay. Not sure if things are okay. Okay, I see you're out there. Eric, I would have to add you to the live. So if you are watching, I have to add you to the live, Eric. That's the way I get you in. Okay. Let's see. So we got him out there. I see he's tuning in. Now we have to give him into the live. Okay, Mr. Francis, Eric, are you able to get your camera on? Which device are you watching from? Are you on your laptop, cell phone? What device are you on? Because I don't see your camera icon coming up on the screen for me to add you to the live. Did you? Sorry for the technical difficulties, you guys. We're definitely trying to work some things out. Trying to get things worked out with the guest for tonight to get him in here. Eric, I have to add you to the live, so I don't know what device you're on. And we've been here for about 15 minutes, so we're going to work this out. We're going to work it out. Request to be added to the live. Okay, you watch it from your laptop. Cool. Give me a second. I'll go grab my tablet. Cool. So you gotta wait on Mr. Francis to get everything situated, which is great. In the meantime, in between time, I'm gonna keep the show going right now while he's getting prepped on his end. So to try and fill some time, what can we do to fill time while Mr. Francis come in? Thank you to everyone who's tuning in. Thank you. Thank you to everyone who's tuning in. I appreciate you. Mr. Mark Dunn, another great person. I would love to have you as a guest on the Lil Tea Time. I know that you are also one of the premier hair artists here in the city. I would love to have you as a guest over here on the Lil Tea Time, Mr. Mark Dunn. See you out there watching. Thanks for tuning in. Yes, I see you out there, Mr. Dunn. Still waiting on Mr. Francis to get himself situated in here. gonna send him another invite. All right. So he has the invites to watch the live as well. We're gonna be patient and let Mr. Francis get himself situated. Gotta send shout outs to all my viewers. Thank you to all of the viewers. While we're waiting on Mr. Francis to come in, to any and every artist around the city, people who get to view tonight's show, if you are looking for a brand to promote your brand, want to do an interview to talk about what it is that you do, if you're in the Shreveport area or surrounding areas, I would love to have you as a guest here on the Lil Tea Time to let people know what it is that you do and what you bring to the table in the market of business and or art. If you are a singer, rapper, painter, whatever it is that you do, I would love to have you here on the Lil Tea Time. So this is the place for you. If you know someone who's interested, definitely send them my way. Have them inbox me, and we can definitely set up a schedule for them. Also, got to send shout outs to Miss Tish, Miss Jazz. She's also another great artist that I have been dying to get on the show, and she will be appearing with us soon. So definitely would love to have her on here as well, and we're gonna get into more with her as well. So still gonna wait it out a few more minutes for Mr. Eric Francis to get in here. Gonna keep on keeping on. All right, I think he is ready for me to bring him in. So we're gonna get him in here. While we're waiting on Mr. Francis to get in here, again, he is a very talented painter and muralist that has been doing some magnificent work around the city. And I am excited to have Mr. Francis here tonight to share with us with all of his lovely art. So he should be coming in.
Finally.
Yes.
I think it's working. I think we got it.
Yeah, you're in here. Welcome.
Hey, what's happening?
Good evening.
Good evening, man. It's about time. It's about time. I got about.
I know, right?
Look how many ways we get at each other. Ain't nothing working. I got a phone, I got a tablet, and I got a PC right in front of me. None of them work.
It's the power of technology.
That's right. That's right. But we here now.
So, Sir Francis, welcome to a Lil Tea Time. I have been waiting to get you here.
Thank you. And I've been waiting to get on here, man. I appreciate you.
Yes. I know the original date that we had scheduled for you. You had a meeting.
Yes.
A little birdie told me down in the city of Monroe that you were going to be working there.
Yes. I got a project coming up next month. They just approved the design, so we're gonna do something special on a basketball court in Monroe. Yeah, it's gonna be awesome. I'm looking forward to it. We're gonna get the community out, and it's gonna be awesome.
Congratulations! I know that's you and Mr. Cadavian Baylor.
Yes. Me and Cadavian, we got together and the meeting of the minds to try and put something together for the city of Monroe. You know, just trying to expand, trying to move out the city and see what else is around here. You know what I mean?
Yes. So to give people a little bit of a background, you won Critical Mass 10 last year.
Yes, I did. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead. No, go ahead.
So I was at the event when it was actually going on, but I was doing an interview with another guest for a past show.
Okay.
And I did not get to meet you directly.
Okay.
And then I was out working at doing some networking, and I saw you painting a mural for community outreach.
Yes.
And you were sitting there quiet, just working, intricate in your detailing. And I walked over and I introduced myself, and then you told me who you was. I was like, "That's you." So I was standing in the presence of royalty that day, didn't even know it.
Me too. Me too. You never know who you're gonna meet. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it was a
Yes.
chance. You know, you're out there in the street and you're doing your thing, and you get to meet a lot of people that way. You know, normally I'm in the studio, I'm by myself, I'm doing my thing. You know what I'm saying? But when you're out there, you get to meet the community, and you get instantly to see how they feel about your work. You know what I mean? Which is really cool. I appreciate that. I like that part of doing
Yeah.
interviews.
And we recently were working together. We shared space over at Agora Borealis a few months back. Great to have you sit in on my workshop. I hope you enjoyed the workshop.
I did. It was a lot of helpful information. You know what I mean? Publishing, it's a thing. It's a big thing. I think we should all be
Yes.
thinking about that. If you have a business and you got expertise, or if you're just a person of a certain age, you got all kind of knowledge in your head that you just gotta, spread out and give to people. You know what I mean?
Yes. I gotta thank you because your energy was super cool, and I enjoyed you being in the space with us that day. And to see you in your element, to see how people love your work. Very talented artist. And it was cool to share the space with you. Like you brought a different energy in that day. So I enjoyed being in the space with you.
Man, thank you, thank you. You, the way you approached it was nice, man. The professionalism. You had everything set up in a very particular way. You knew exactly what you wanted to do and how everything was gonna go. And you just stepped in and just everything started flowing, which is really cool to see. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, a lot of people don't get to see that. So to have someone who was there on site to witness the presence and the magic of Jarius Dion, it is amazing.
Yeah.
And I had a great day that day. So we're gonna dive into your interview because I want the people to get to know a little bit more
Okay.
about you.
Cool. Cool.
So prior to conversation, I know that you are from New York City.
Yes. Yes. Uh,
Can you tell me a little bit more about you?
yeah. Well, New York. Well, I'm from New York, but in New York, I like to say I'm from Brooklyn, so I'm a Brooklyn guy. You know what I'm saying? Flatbush, Brooklyn. You say that to anybody from New York, they'll understand. You know.
Hmm.
And I came out here because my parents moved here. So my father, he worked for General Motors, and the plant closed down in New York. And when the plant closed down, he had all kind of different locations he could have went to. He chose Shreveport for I don't know whatever reason. You know what I'm saying? So I just decided to follow him, and I got here and decided to stay. I love it out here. It's nice. It's nice. It's not New York, but it's still I love it for what it is. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm. It's that southern charm, darling. We magnetized y'all with our southern charm.
Yeah, it's way different. It's culture shock. At first it takes a little getting used to, but
Hmm.
I'm there now. I'm cool. I'm with it now. I'm with it. Yeah.
Love it, love it. So when you are not painting, what do you do for fun?
Oh man, if I'm trying to relax and I'm chilling, I'm probably watching sports. I'm probably into basketball or UFC or boxing or any kind of contact sport. I love. You know what I mean? We're in the middle of the playoffs right now for basketball. My favorite
Hmm.
time of year. You know what I mean?
So what team are you going with?
Uh, I'm a Knicks fan. I'm a New York guy. Knicks all the way. They just moved to the second round. They're gonna play Miami Heat, which is almost like our
Nice.
mortal enemies. You know what I'm saying? And I got a lot of people from Miami. I got a lot of people from Miami, and it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a lot of back and forth.
Right. Love that. Love that. So what inspired you to develop your idea to be an artist?
Well, I don't know. I can't pick a single thing that helped me develop the idea. All I know is ever since I could pick up things, I was making marks and making drawings and making paintings. And it's something that I've always been interested in, you know? And I had parents that kind of wanted me to develop that kind of thing, you know? I know people grow up and they don't have anybody to kind of, kind of cheerlead them, kind of go, you can do this, you can do this. I've always had that, I've always had my parents trying to go, you can do this, you have a talent for this. So it's something that I've always done, you know. And as I've grown, it just became a business. At first, you're just making art for yourself and you love it, and then you start making art for your friends and they love it. And then you start making art for friends of friends and it just grows and grows and grows and grows. This is like the natural way I find that most artists or just most people who have a business that they have a passion for, that's how it develops.
Yes. So, can you tell us about some of your most famous pieces you've done around the city of Shreveport so far? If people are not familiar with your work.
Oh, okay. Okay. So one of the first murals I've done was the mega mural downtown on the AT&T building. So this is the mural that you see, when you can see it everywhere in Shreveport. That huge, huge mural was one of my first jobs. That's what made me want to be a professional artist, by the way. I saw how it went and it was amazing. I couldn't believe that somebody got to do this every day for their job. You know what I mean? Because, when you grow up around a bunch of 9 to 5 people who have like a regular clock in, clock out job, you think that's what life is supposed to be. And then you meet somebody else and you start doing other things and it opens your eyes to what this life could be about and what you could do. And, and yeah, so the Mega Bureau probably won. That's probably the most, oh, and I worked on the I-20 underpass. So again, with KD and a bunch of other artists, you know what I'm saying? We worked on the underpass. I did a mural at Galilee. It's a really long mural. And again, when we're doing murals, it's not just me. It's always a team effort, or it's usually a team effort. So yeah, the Galilee mural was a pretty popular one.
The Galilee mural, was that the one on the base near the baseball
Yes,
field?
that's the one on the baseball field where we kind of tell the history of our city, starting on the history of Black people in the city, as a matter of fact. And we take it from the boats all the way through to the future. So we got civil rights, we got everything added into that mural. We also
Yes.
have pastors and all that kind of stuff in this mural.
Yes. I had a hand in helping paint a little bit of that.
Oh
So I
yeah,
didn't
yeah,
know that.
yeah. I didn't know. I didn't know. We had so many. It was wonderful. It took us a long time to complete that thing, but the outreach to the community was amazing because we started. We was gonna do I think 4 or 5 weekends. We'll have people come out. First weekend was maybe 10, 12 people, and we thought that was great. And then it continued to increase. And I think at the last week we had I think we had close to 100 people, and the mayor was there. That was amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Just by word of mouth, just by word of mouth and putting the word out there and people telling people.
Fantastic job. Fantastic job. And the AT&T mural, I didn't know you did that. I've been seeing that mural my
Oh,
entire life.
yeah. A long, long time ago. I'm aging myself right now.
Great job, man. I did not know that you did the AT&T mural. Is that the one with the lady with the flowers?
The lady with
And
the flowers. I did the other side. It's the lady is just a bunch of people on, and they each have like a significant object. It was so cool how it came together, man. It was so cool. She before she did the mural, it was Meg Saligman. She's the lead artist. It was her idea. So what she did is she went to different neighborhoods, different community events, and I think even churches. And she asked people she just was taking pictures of people with significant objects. I can't get the word out. With significant objects. So when you're looking at the mural, you see people with significant objects, kind of representing the city and themselves, and the neighborhoods. Really nice how that came together.
fantastic work. So, how did you decide when to establish your brand as an artist?
again, it wasn't something I can't point to a time where I actually decided, okay, time to put a brand together. It's time to make a business. It's sort of like an extension of myself or an extension of what I do. You know, it's just an extension of what I do. And over the years, you learn more and more about how to put things together. And I just began to put it together. You know, first you making paintings, then you go, I got to sell paintings. So you try to figure out how to sell it. Then you want to go, well, I want to get my ideas out here. Then you try to figure out how to get your ideas out of here. And it was that kind of thing. There was no one time where I get to sit down in front of somebody. Because really, when I was starting, I didn't really know many professional artists. So I didn't really understand how it was done. But the
Mm-hmm.
more I learned, the more I understand that it's really a business. You know, you're in the business of art. It's not the art of business, it's the business of art. And you have to really focus on the business side. And all the
Yes.
things that I'm doing with the art is what any other business person would do, you know,
Mm-hmm.
basically. So yeah, yeah, that's how I came to it, just like that.
Okay. That's a great segue to this next question. How have your priorities changed since you started the business of art?
Oh man, I had to think about it in a different way. It's almost like I have to separate myself into two people, right? On one side, you have the business guy, the administrator, the manager. On the other side, you have the artists, and they don't like each other, but they have to deal with each other all the time. Because the artist side of me just wants to stay and paint and make flowers and do all that kind of stuff all day. But the business manager side of me is like, yo, come on now, come on. You ain't got that kind of time. Come on, time is money. You gotta get things going. You know what I'm saying? I have to have these two sides. So when I'm doing business, I am strictly business. I'm all about the numbers. I'm all about the time. I'm all about the schedule. But when I'm doing art, I have to completely detach from that, and I have to be about the art and give myself to it completely. So I don't think about the numbers. I don't think about none of that. I just think about the art and creating the art. That way I get to stay fresh and I don't get too hardened by all the business things that are going on. Because the business stuff, it gets kind of hard and you can't take none of that stuff personal and you gotta approach it a different way.
Yes.
And if the art side of me can't take that, you know what I'm saying? It can't deal with that kind of thing. So I gotta keep those worlds separate. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. So, our topic question: which one would you find the most challenging, the art or the business?
Um, at this point, it's probably the business. It's probably the business side because I'm learning so much. You know, I'm learning so much. Ever since I took that attitude, you learn a lot, and trying to implement everything that you're learning. You know, it's difficult. You know, because it's a little more foreign to me than the art side. You know what I mean? Having to make calls and make schedules and checking back on it, it's just a lot. It's just a lot for my brain to deal with. You know, the art side is easy. I just flow with it. I just flow. You know what I mean? But I'm learning. I'm learning though. I'm learning to turn the business into art. Because that's what happens. When I hand the business over to the artist, I turn it into art. I make it feel like art, you know?
Okay, I see you got a piece there hanging up on the wall. Are you in your studio tonight?
Yes. Yes. Chilling in the crib.
Do you care to give us a small tour of your studio?
This place is a mess, but I'll put the paintings in front of you. How about that?
That would be great.
I'll put some paintings in front of you. So here you go. So this painting back here. See this properly. Here we go. Give you a little studio tour. Now this is something can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Okay, so this is a painting I did for Critical Mass some years ago of a young lady. Called it daydreaming. You know, I was trying to capture that feeling that you get when you're just sitting down and you're just floating away and you're lost in your thoughts. So I love that. I love that. So I get my best
It's
ideas from. Thank you.
very beautiful.
And here's another painting. This one is in process. So this is a commission. Let's see if I can get it up a little. It's stuck on my easel. Here we go. So this is the commission. It's for Mother's Day. And somebody reached out to me and they wanted to do something. So this is kind of like patched up together, patched in pieces, because nobody's ever together all at once. You know, there's a lot of photos, but they didn't have a photo of everybody. So I kind of went into Photoshop, I patched it together, and I'm going to start the painting process, you know.
Okay.
So I do a lot of commissions. And when I do the commissions, I like to keep the people involved, you know. I'll let them know. I'll show them the pictures, and I'll send progress pics. Like I got to send them that progress picture to let them know that it's working, it's coming together. You know, just so they could know something is happening. You know, and if they have something they want to change, they could tell me. It's so early in the process, I could change it around. It wouldn't be a big deal.
Okay. So, what challenges have you overcome on your journey as an artist?
Well, it's basically mindset. Basically mindset. Because at first you're not thinking this is something real. Like if you have a gift to do something, you rarely see it for what it is because it comes easy. And I'm not saying it comes easy, but it does. It comes easy. You know what I mean? So it's hard to see it as something important or something valuable, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And trying to get a mindset that this is actually something valuable. It's actually something important. It's really a gift from God. You know what I'm saying? You couldn't pay money to have this. You know, people who are gifted, you can't pay money to get your gifts. You just have them. They're natural to you. You work on them, you get better. So having to change my mindset that this is something important and dealing with the business side, that goes hand in hand with mindset. You know, it goes hand in hand. And so you have to change your mindset about your business and how you work and what does your work mean and that it's actually valuable and it's important and it's something you need, it's something that people need. You know, and you really don't know this until you start selling paintings, you start selling work, and people match your energy and your intensity. You know, like they don't produce art, but they have the same kind of love for what you do. They love the work like you love it, and even more sometimes. You know, it's incredible. It's really incredible. But yeah, trying to change my mindset. Go ahead.
I experienced that watching people come in. They were purchasing your work like crazy that day when we were doing the event. And I was like, okay. Wow. It was cool to see you in your element because your work sold itself that day.
Yeah, well, yeah, let me tell you, God is good. God is good. Because as an artist, when you're creating, you don't know that people like it. You just know that you like it. You don't know that it's important to anybody else. You just know it's important to you. You know, but I prayed and I asked God, and he's like, yo, this is what's gonna happen. People gonna love your work. They're gonna really go for it. They're gonna say really amazing things about you. I'm like, I don't know, you know what I'm saying? But if you say so, well, you take the leap and you find out, like, yo, every word God says is true. It's true. Everything he says is true, and it just keeps expanding. So God is great. Thank you, Lord. Thank you.
Amen. Now, I can definitely tell you, you have a piece that you painted of Miss Maya Angelou, who's one of my favorite people on the planet. R.I.P. Maya. I love that piece. The work, it's incredible to see. You along with Miss Yolanda Barnes, along with Miss Connie Eaton, and Mr. Ron Smith, Uncle Ron as I call him. Y'all fascinate. And I'm a writer, so I can't paint, and I would love to paint because I love to see what y'all do. I love to see how your detailing is intricate. And y'all can take a picture and just create this masterpiece for people to have for a lifetime. So absolutely adore what y'all do. I do.
I really appreciate that. Thank you, man. I really get into the work. I try to outdo myself every time. I say to myself every time, this is going to be the greatest painting I've ever done. And I really try to do it. I look at the past paintings and I compare it. I see where I went wrong. and I see what I did good, and I try to like take off everything I did wrong and try to elevate all the things I did good. I keep trying to get better and better and better and keep pushing myself, keep pushing myself. I try not to get burnt out. I don't allow myself to get burnt out or anything like that. I just try to keep pushing myself to get to the next level. But like I can't write though. When I see somebody who can write, I'm amazed. I'm amazed. Like I understand that creativity all comes from the same place, but the way it
Mhm.
expresses itself for different people is amazing. It's always so personal. Like all the artists you mentioned, their work, it's completely different from everybody else's, right? But it's still unique
Yes.
and it's still beautiful. Man, it really, really is.
Yes. Y'all inspired me. Just seeing y'all's work, it challenged me to go back and just work harder, do more. I'm gonna ask you another off-topic question. What was one of your favorite commissions that you've done?
Oh, that's a difficult one. All right, so when I lived in Chicago, I did a commission of a guy. He wanted me to paint his father holding him as a baby, you know, and it was around the time I lost my father. You know what I mean? But I didn't think about it like I didn't think about it. It wasn't a negative thing though. It wasn't a negative thing. I just looked at the picture and I began to think about my father and the way he used to hold me and how he used to love me. And I poured all that love into the painting. You know what I'm saying? It taught me
Yes.
something. It taught me how to connect with the work that way because I didn't know you could do that. But the way you touch things and the thing you think about while you're working matters. I poured all of that love into it. And when he saw it, his jaw dropped. He paid me twice what I was asking for, and I was amazed. You know what I mean? But it taught me a lot. It taught me that, you have to be in the right state of mind and you have to put yourself in the right place when you're creating. It's more than just throwing something on a canvas. It means so much to people. You know what I mean? I really do.
I can identify with that. With writing, we pull from our experiences, from the things we see around us, life, and we have to be able to connect in an emotional way because it's a piece of us that we're giving away.
Right.
I tell people all the time when I'm writing or when I sell a book, I'm giving a piece of me away, and I want people to love it and celebrate it and enjoy it as much as I did with the writing process, because the writing process is just as gruesome, but it's putting your time and your energy into something that you love to do and seeing the joy that you bring to other people through your work. That's the real payment. And to hear what you just said, that makes total sense. As artists, we have to be able to pull from even our pain to create beauty. So
Exactly. 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 There's a ex because I teach also. I teach a little bit. Um, and one of the exercises I do is the emotions of color. And I try to get people to share their emotions just through color and shape. And it's an abstract art. You know what I mean? And it's one that's really difficult for folks, you know? And I didn't realize how difficult it was. And I started realizing what I do when I create work. I didn't really think about it that way, but it is to kind of tap into your feelings and then throw them on a canvas. It's almost like, you know, I almost have to step aside from myself sometimes to do that. You know what I mean? To look at the emotion and kind of just step aside and go, okay, I'm having a feeling right now. What does this feeling look like? What color is it? How could I express this feeling? This is so fascinating. Instead of feeling it and just going with it, I look at it as it's a thing that I have to live with for a little bit. And since I got to live with it, I might as well use it. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, feel that, feel that. Um, it's fascinating shit. Um, I'm gonna dive into the next question because the question I was about to ask, it went out of my head, but I'm gonna dive into the next question when I come back. I actually. So how do you define success?
Success. Success is freedom. Oh my God, success is freedom. Being able to do what I want when I want. And it's not really what, yeah, that's what it is. Doing what I want when I want. Um, owning my time, owning my time, owning my space. It's mine. You know, I feel successful because I'm able to do that. You know, not many people can do that, but I can. You know, that's definitely success to me. I own my time. I own my days. It's all mine. You know,
Feel
very
that.
simple.
Okay, I'm gonna throw a test question out there. Name your favorite artist.
Oh, I got so many, so many. Um, okay, so I like there's an artist. He's a Cali guy. I don't know if you know him. His name is Kahendi Wiley. Kahendi Wiley. He did a painting of Obama for the inauguration. I don't know if you've seen that painting. He did Obama's painting. Yeah, wonderful, wonderful artist. I really like the classical painters. I can just go off all day. But there's a guy. Um, not many people heard of him, and I don't even know if I'm pronouncing his name right. But it's William Bouguereau. He's a French painter. He's a master. He was the master of all masters. But he got kind of erased out of history because he was painting at the same time the Impressionists were painting. So
Mhm.
historically, there's not a flow. He kind of got erased, but he was the pinnacle of realistic painting. His paintings were amazing. He made me want to be an artist. You know, I couldn't believe somebody could do that with a paint and a brush. You know, that made me want to pursue painting. Because before, I just wanted to be an illustrator. You know, I wanted to be a guy making comic books and illustrating things that kind of way. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what I was into. You know, growing up, being in high school, was comic books and that kind of stuff. You know? Oh, I thought maybe I'd be making video games. You know, I thought that's what I might be doing. But I went to a gallery and saw a painting, and I knew that this is it. I got to do this. This is amazing. You know what I'm saying? But yeah,
Mhm.
William Bouguereau. Um, there's so many. I like Picasso. I like realism. I like everything. I try to put it all in my paintings. You know, the beautiful, bold colors. I like a lot of primitive artists. You know, with who don't have many names. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, there's just too many. It's just too many. But yo, those two. Yeah,
Okay, so you would have been a Stan Lee.
definitely,
You would have.
absolutely, absolutely. It would. I would be right next to Marvel making movies right now. You know what I'm saying? But that's just the way my
Okay,
brain works. That's what it would have been.
so I gotta ask this because if you're a Stan, are you a fan of Stan Lee's work?
Absolutely, absolutely,
Dumb question, rhetorical question, but just
absolutely.
gotta ask the
Oh
wrong
yeah,
answer.
yeah. I love Stanley. Man, talk about he did so much. Him and his partners, they did so much, man. Those comic books were everything to me growing up. You know what I mean? They told the most amazing stories. I'm just so happy now that they're making movies out of them. So everybody gets to see what I used to see as a little kid. You know, they used to tell, they used to, I remember growing up, they was like, that's not a real book. That's silly. It's nonsense. But everybody gets to see what I used to see as a kid. Why I loved it so much. You know what I mean?
Mhm. Okay, so did you have a favorite character?
Oh yeah, Wolverine. Wolverine, maybe Spider-Man. He's either Wolverine or Spider-Man. That's my one and two. I would say
Okay,
Wolverine, Spider-Man, X-Men. Love the X-Men.
I'm just so happy to have.
Oh, there you go. There you go. Yep, yep, yep. It's wild. When I first saw the movie, I was amazed.
Yes, I have a lot of the X Men stuff. I'm a big fan of X Men
Yeah,
and
yeah,
deep shit.
yeah.
If you're into the people who
I love the
are
movie.
into the Marvel movies, they'll understand.
All right, all right. Let's do a deeper dive. Have you ever seen the cartoon that came before the movies?
See what kind of question is that? Yes. Yes. I remember during the 90s.
Yeah, it
During
was
the
the 90s.
90s.
Yeah, it was the 90s. It was the 90s. I think it was mid
Those were like
90s.
it was like the Saturday morning
It was the
cartoons.
Saturday morning cartoons, right? Right.
And
That's what set everything off. That was before
yes.
everything. That was before the Batman movies. That was before Batman cartoon. That's what set it off. The X-Men. It was amazing. It was amazing. It's like they took it straight out of the comic book. It was the dope.
I used to get up before we had to go to school because they also used to show them like during the school mornings, like right before you run out the door to get on the bus. They would also show cartoons in the morning. So there was a possibility that they were coming on during the morning, and I would have to catch it in the morning, like right before I ran out the door for school. I used to hate it.
Right.
But Saturday mornings, like 8:30, 9 o'clock, we were up for the lineup. I know that Gargoyles was in there.
Yeah.
Because now I'm aging myself. The X-Men were in there. It was some other stuff that was in there too. I want to say Darkwing Duck was in there.
Yeah. I used to have to run home from school. Because it started just like maybe 10 minutes after I got out of class, so we used to just run home. Oh my gosh, boy.
Yeah.
Little kids got
I say
stamina.
between 2:30 and 4:30, if you were not home yet, you missed it.
Exactly. You missed it. You can't miss it. You can have nothing to talk about tomorrow.
Right. Because that was literally the conversation the next day. I think too, like the older I got, like once I got into my late teens, my early late teens, it all went away, and I was like, "What happened?"
Yeah, it's not a thing. I'll tell you what happened. Cable TV. He got cartoons on all day, which is cool.
Yeah,
There's something so nostalgic though about a cartoon coming on Saturday morning cartoons, or cartoons in the morning, or cartoons after school in the afternoon. There's something magical about that. We're all together, not together, having a shared experience that we talk about later. It doesn't really exist anymore, but that was so cool, knowing that everybody was watching the same thing.
Yes, it made us believe in magic.
Yeah.
For me.
Yeah.
For me, it made us believe in magic. It made us believe in what could we do when we create.
Right.
And I miss those times because that's when we were innocent and naive to how the world really worked. And we got to keep our essence and our being really clean. And so the older we got, the magic went away. And then when they brought the movies out, it's like, okay, I'm back. I got my magic back. I got my innocence back.
Yep. Yeah, watching them movies is such an interesting experience. Going there with my nieces and nephews and kind of like talking them through everything. All right, this person is this, and this is what you ought to know about them, and this and that, and this and that, and that. It's not only me, it's my sisters and brothers, all the same. You know what I'm saying? All the same. We all had the same shared experience, but it's not only us. It's all the older folks talking to the younger folks in the movie theater. Yeah, we're having that experience again. We all get together and we're talking about this one thing.
Yes. Art definitely does its job of keeping people connected. If it's music, if it's film, if it's painting, writing, art does its job of keeping people together.
Right.
And as a artist and a person that sings and writes, I could not imagine the world where we didn't have the space to create.
Right. You imagine a world without TV or radio, a world without theater, without actors or dancers, without color. without creatives to kind of throw a golf ball into everything, to shake things up, it's not doesn't seem like a real fun place, does it? You know?
No, that would be no me.
And
I,
as a creative, you got to understand, like, you literally create culture. It starts with you. It starts with you, with some kind of oddball idea that nobody gets. So maybe 5, 10 years from now, you know what I'm saying? You get everybody on. You know what I mean?
yes, yes. The world would be so sad if there was no creativity. If we
Absolutely.
didn't have outlets, where would singers go if we couldn't sing? Where would painters go if we couldn't paint?
Right. And
What would writers do?
right. And you got to look at the world and look at the world around you. Look at the roads and the way the trees are, your apartment building, the wood on the floor. Everything was designed by a human mind. All of it. Everybody had some human hand touching it. These are all artists. These are all creatives. They might not call themselves that, but they are. They're definitely creatives. Literally creating the world. What you do as a creative is really, really important. It's something you should never take for granted. And you need to really understand the importance of what you're doing, you know?
Yes, we're shifting and shaping tomorrow.
Right.
We are shifting and shaping tomorrow. Now, I got to talk about this mural, the painting that y'all did on Marshall Street. That shit blew my mind because I literally drove through there all the time, and then I drove through there and I was like, "What? What is that?"
So I got involved with community renewal maybe like a year before that.
Mhm.
And even a year before that, I met Deidre, right? And she has a friendship house. So if you're not familiar with Friendship House, they have houses in high-risk communities where they just take kids in like an after-school program. And I
Mhm.
met Deidre like a year before that, working on the mural at Galilee. And she's like, yo, I got to get you to talk to the kids, you know what I'm saying? Because you're a black male artist and nobody really gets to see that, especially the kids, you know. And then she really wanted to do a mural. So we talked the whole time about doing a mural and we're going to put it up and where would we put it. And opportunity came up. NEA was giving out these grants to artists, trying to get artists back to work. And everything lined up. We got a wall and the ideas started coming together. I met with the folks at Community Renewal. Um, that's one of the parts I love about making public art. You get to meet with folks and you talk with them and they tell you what's important to them. And then you have to translate these ideas into something visual, you know? And that's what I did. And the mural probably, it took maybe 3 weeks to a month to put together. It wasn't very long, but these things are not very long. But the mural was amazing because I got all the kids out from all the different friendship houses and they had an opportunity to paint, to do something different, to see something different, which I really love, to experience something different outside of their neighborhood, to kind of broaden their horizons. They can see more and do more after having that kind of experience. And the mural, it has a bunch of handprints. So what I did is I got everybody to dip their hand in paint and press it on the wall. And you get to see all the handprints, all the hundreds of kids that got to take place. They got to paint with me. It was amazing. It was amazing. And it all came together.
Yes, yes, yes. Great segue to this next question. What's the best advice you can give someone thinking about starting a business or pursuing their dreams?
Um, think about the business because you are now a small business person. You're running a small business. That's how you have to think about it first. You're running a small business. You're not just an artist. You know what I'm saying? You have to take care of your business first. And you have to look at what all the best business practices are. You know what I'm saying? Like, how does it all work? How are you gonna make money? How's it gonna come? How's it gonna come together? It don't make dollars. It don't make sense, as they say. You know what I'm saying?
Amen.
Right. Think about the business.
Amen.
Think about best business practice. Go to your small business bureau. They have them in every city. You know. Get online and get really fascinated with that stuff, or connect with somebody who knows how to do that stuff and let them walk you through. It's probably best to have a mentor. You know what I'm saying? Even if you have to pay a person. A lot of people wouldn't do that, but you should. You should. You should find a person who you can pay for their time and they walk you through. More than likely somebody who does it already. You know what I'm saying? Or somebody who's around that kind of stuff. Go to galleries, go to art dealers, go to your local arts council, go everywhere. Talk to everybody. Be annoying. The thing about it is, people who are very passionate about what they do, these are some of the best people in the world. They're really sharing because nobody ever asked them, about what they love and how they put together what they love. And they will share more with you than you can imagine.
Yes. Yes, that's true.
Mm-hmm.
You definitely said something profound for me as a writer. I found a group, I found a home with the Shreveport Writers Club, and they showed me that I can do this as an artist and work and push myself. Then I dove into doing acting and being around other actors and being around people in film and on crew. They taught me so much about just being in the moment and being present and really just valuing your time and really being dedicated to the work. And mentorship is very important. I I feel like I'm a mentor in the business of writing with what I do with self-publishing workshops. So it's very, very important that people connect with people who do what they do
Mm-hmm.
and learn as much as you can. That's important.
It's
You want to be the best, surround yourself with the best.
right. It's very important that you develop professional practices because you're now a professional. You're a professional. You're as much as a professional as a doctor is. You know what I'm saying? You're a professional. You're just like everybody else walking around doing a 9 to 5. This is a job. You know, it's not a hobby. It's a job. It's something you work at. I wake up at a certain time and I go to my office every day. You know what I'm saying? Now, sometimes my office is a mural. Sometimes my office is a canvas. But I have it scheduled out like everybody else has a schedule. And you can't reach me when I'm working. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm working, doing serious work, just like everybody else. It's a job. I know it's a part of you, but you have to take it really seriously because it's real serious, you know?
Yes, yes, yes. Segue to this next question. Give me your favorite quote and why.
Oh, favorite quote. I'll tell you one that I've been on recently. It's a Bible quote. I've been meditating on this one for days now. Okay, there we go. So it's John 14:27, and this is out the Amplified Bible. It says, "Peace I leave with you. My own peace I now give and bequeath to you. Not as the world gives, do I give to you. Do not let your heart be troubled, neither let them be afraid." Quote, "Stop allowing yourself to be agitated and disturbed. Do not permit yourself to be fearful and intimidated and cowardly and unsettled." Really, really powerful stuff, right? Really powerful stuff.
And
Yeah.
why is that your favorite quote?
Oh man, it takes you to another level. You know what I'm saying? Understanding the importance of peace at all times. You have to kind of place it above everything. First off, peace is a gift from God. You know what I'm saying? Also, the peace that God gives you happens all the time. It doesn't matter. Like, peace in the world means there's no war, but the peace that God gives you means you be peaceful in the middle of a war. You know what I'm saying? You're always at peace. You always know that ultimately everything is okay. Everything is all right. You can sit back and relax. No matter what's happening, no matter what's going on, just chill. I got you, kid. I got you. I got you. You know, and you have to be able to accept that. You have to take it in, and you have to constantly repeat it to yourself. You know what I'm saying? Everything is okay. Everything is all right. Don't worry about it. It's all going to work out. You know what I'm saying? And it does. It's so true. So true.
Finding the calm in the storm.
Right. Right. Or being the calm in the storm. Being the calm in the storm, because you are the storm. All kind of crazy stuff going on. You step in and everything starts going in order. You know what I'm saying? So just recognizing who you are. You know what I mean?
Yes, yes. So tell me 3 things you would like to see better in our community.
Oh, 3 things. So one, I'd like us to be a community. We are not a community. They say the Black community, we're not a community. We're not. You have some people over here doing their things. You have some people over here doing their thing. And we don't really connect the way we used to. You know what I'm saying? It's just people over here with their group and people over there with that group. There's no common good anymore. There's no common good. I don't even get the nod anymore. There was a nod that you got from other Black people when you walked in the room. You know, you might not
This,
say anything, but you look across the room and you shake your head. You know what I'm saying? That
mhm.
doesn't even happen anymore. It's crazy. Like, man, where's the brotherhood? Where's the sisterhood? Where's everybody coming together for a common good all the time? Not just waiting for something to happen. This was an all the time thing. We used to always be cool with each other and love each other and be brotherly always. You know what I'm saying? We have our differences, but for the most part, we were a community. We were together. We're not really together anymore. We're more splintered and fractured. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
You think with all this technology and the ways we could reach out to each other, we would, but it's not. It's actually fracturing us even more. You know, it's wild and crazy, but that's just what it is. That's how I feel about it. That's one. Number two, I just wish we were open more to new experiences, to expanding our mind, to experiencing things that are a little bit different. You know what I'm saying? Because we really need that. We kind of get stuck in our ways doing the same thing and think that this is the way things should be, when really it doesn't have to be. You just got to be willing to open your mind and be willing to do new things. And that's second. And third is recognizing our differences. We get so closed-minded, we think we're all supposed to be one thing, and we're not. We're not a monolith. We're not one dude. We all have different style, different flavor, different swag. It's different. Just recognizing somebody's difference and loving them for it. You know what I'm saying? It's one thing to recognize somebody's different, but to be able to love them for it and let them be who they are. I really wish we did a lot more of that.
Wow. You just said that mouthful. We really got to get back to it. Even when we were kids growing up, it used to be like that. The world was like that. It's gone now.
Yeah, yeah, it's gone. Those days are past. Those days are past. There's too many people making money off of separation. Or the people who talk about separation most are the loudest, and we all kind
Mhm.
of join teams, and it's not cool. It's not cool because we're more alike than we are different at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? We got more things in common than we do things that separate us. You know what I mean?
Mhm. Spoke on that on yesterday's show. I spoke on that yesterday. Um, because we're all human beings. We're human beings. No matter what race, no matter where you come from, your social economic status, we are all human beings and we should all be able to love each other no matter where we come from, no matter what makes us different. It's the being different. It's the reason why we're here.
I think it just has to do with lack of communication. There's certain people you just look at and not talk to and completely dismiss them, you know, or they put forth an idea that's different from yours, and you just totally shut down. Back in the day, we would just talk. We would agree to disagree and keep it moving. You know what I'm saying? We could disagree and still be brotherly. Ultimately, everybody didn't have to think the same or do the same things. You know what I mean? It seems like we can't do that now. You know, we can't. We can't even have conversations. We can't say things that are a little uncomfortable. You know, you might have questions to ask somebody, but you can't ask, fearing that you'll offend them, and they'll really take offense. But really, you just have a question. You're coming at it with a pure heart. You just don't know, and you want to ask somebody who you think know, but you can't do that nowadays. You know what I'm saying? It's a shame. It's a shame.
Sensitivity.
Yes, sensitivities have changed. They've changed a lot.
Sensitivity. And I can speak to sensitivity.
Exactly.
It's weird. It's weird. We have to be able to figure out how to get that back, which is a great segue to this next question. How can we get involved in being more community again?
Oh man, it starts with actually having human conversations with people. You know, finding people who aren't like you and talking to them and being around them. You know, the algorithm, the algorithm is an amazing thing because it only puts forward things that you like and you already believe in. You don't really get exposed to different ideas. I can't. I like the algorithm because it shows you everything you like, but at the same time, it keeps us more fractured and fragmented. You know, it's too many people spending times in front of this thing all day. You know, looking at what they know already, kind of giving them back their own ideas. Like I oftentimes I go research things and look at people who have completely different views from me because I just want to know why. I just want to know why. And from their perspective, they're right. You got your perspective, I got mine. But at least I can understand you. This is a human being. This isn't a machine. This isn't a hateful, awful person. You know what I'm saying? They actually have a perspective and they have a reason for their perspective. They have a reason for saying the things that they say. They don't just do things for no reason. And kind of figuring that out and seeing it and being able to, I don't agree, but I see where you're coming from. You know what I'm saying? Ultimately.
Okay, I'm gonna ask you two more questions.
Okay.
What was the most controversial piece you've done?
I don't controversial. The underpass. Oh my gosh, you did the underpass project. Oh man, there was so much hate, that we were actually doing it and getting paid to do it. You know what I'm saying? The thing was mostly privately funded and it came from a special grant. And oh, we got so much hate for that project. They thought it was ugly, it looked like a tie-dye shirt, and just you heard so much crazy stuff when we was working on that thing. It was hilarious. I laughed. But yeah, it was funny. It's funny to me. It's funny to me. And oftentimes the controversy just goes over my head because I don't really care, man. When you're so busy working and focusing on what you're supposed to be doing, who has time? I ain't got time to research people who don't like me. And it's their opinion, you know? What does their opinion have to do with me? I don't care about other people's opinions. You know what I'm saying? Um, I have a YouTube page, right? And many years ago, I began putting videos up and tutorials teaching people how to paint. One day, somebody came in, they sent me a private message about, you're not a real artist, you don't have no real style, you're not a Picasso, you're not a Rembrandt, you're not this, you're not that. And I went all day back and forth with this guy. Ultimately, I realized how much of a waste of time that was. I wasted all my time and energy focused on this knucklehead who's never gonna do anything like I'm gonna do. You know what I'm saying? And I learned from then on to never focusing on the negativity. It's completely, absolutely pointless. I could have been doing something better. I could have been creating. Now I'm spending my time with this idiot when 99% of the 99% of everything that people said was complimentary. You know what I'm saying? The comment section was awesome. They give you your flowers all day. But I got to focus on the one negative person. I'll never do that again. Never do it again. It's a waste. Never again.
And not only that, you're not Picasso, you're not Rembrandt, You're
Right.
arrogant. So
Absolutely.
I wouldn't have gave that, like you gave them more energy than you intended. So I have to commend you for that because I don't dive into stuff like that. I don't have time for it. It's a waste. And people have to be mindful of if you're going to waste your time with negativity, what are you doing? What are you actually doing? What are you creating?
Yes. Right.
Give your energy to something that's going to uplift people and move people, something that is going to move the culture, the tide of time.
Yes. And the thing is, I'm open to criticism. You know what I'm saying? You know, you got to be willing to listen to criticism because a lot of times people say really important things to you that you really need to hear. You know, that's the other side of the coin. Sometimes people are saying things that, you know, and it could be coming from people that you don't necessarily like. But if they're right, they're right. You know what I mean? You know,
Yes.
so you got to be
And
able to,
it has to be in the spirit of truth.
yeah,
If it's in the spirit of truth, I will accept.
exactly. Exactly.
Final question. What would be your wish for the next generation?
Oh man, what I really wish for the next generation is that they learn a work ethic. You know what I'm saying? The next generation will move like you, but won't understand why you move the way you do. You know, they have your attitude, but they don't have your ethic. So it ain't gonna work. It ain't gonna work. It's all snap, crackle, and pop. It's a gunshot, but it was a blank. Just a lot of noise. You know what I'm saying? They don't have the ethic. They don't have the thing that you got that keeps you moving forward. You know what I'm saying? They have the attitude, but the ethic doesn't exist. So they have to get the ethic.
Feel that. If you don't have that,
You ain't
you
got
can
nothing.
hang it up.
You're empty. Right.
And also too, when you're in this world of art or whatever you're passionate about, if you are not putting in the energy, if you're not putting in that time, if you're not dedicating yourself to it, hang it up.
Right.
Hang it up. It really requires you giving of yourself. Like I spend at least 2 to 3 to 4 hours a day
Right.
writing, editing, just
Right.
staying in tune with my work, always writing a poem, always writing something because I'm always inspired by what I do. And it's true. You really have to put in the time and the
Right.
energy and the love and the dedication to it because it's not simple. Anyone can say I'm a rapper. What have you done?
Right.
Where is your work for it? Anyone can say they're a painter. Where is your
Right.
work?
Right.
Anyone can say they're a writer. What are you doing to let people know that your work is relevant?
Right. Right. I have a list of goals that I have to meet. You know, there's certain things I'm gonna have to do this year that's gonna propel me forward more than last year. You know what I'm saying? And this is a business, like I've been saying, it's a business. Nobody goes into business to work less. This is not a 9 to 5. You know, you're working 12 hours a day. You know what I'm saying? You really putting in that work.
Mhm.
Man, any entrepreneur, anybody who owns a business, ask them. They don't have that sort of liberty to just, you know what I'm saying? Work 8 hours, work 5 hours. You at least doing 10 hours every single day. That's just how it goes. You got to develop that sort of work ethic. You got to wake up every day, be where you say you're gonna be, and do what you say you're gonna do. You know,
Yes,
you got to go according to the plan.
yes. Because people are watching,
Yeah,
they're listening, and they're talking.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So you have to come with it.
Absolutely.
Now, Mr. Francis, this is my favorite part of this show. We are about to play Candy or Corn. To everyone who's watching right now, y'all feel free to play Candy or Corn with us. Y'all can put your comments in the comment section. Mr. Eric Francis, I am going to ask you about these candies. If you would eat these candies, you can say candy. If you would not eat these candies, you can say corn. Are you ready to play?
Absolutely. Let's go.
All right. First candy up. York's peppermint patty.
Candy.
All right. Next candy up. 100 grams.
Corn.
Next candy is Snickers.
Oh, definitely candy.
All right. Next candy is M&M's.
All right, candy. We got it.
All right. A oldie but goodie. Mike and Ike's.
I got to pass on it. Corn.
Feel that. Feel that. Next up are the lemon heads.
Can't do sour, bro. I used to like it when I was a kid. Palate change. Corn. You got to get them out of here.
Feel that. Next candy up is the Twix.
Twix. Candy. Okay, yeah. Candy. We could do it, Twix.
All right. Next candy is Skittles.
Ah, corn. Nah, I ain't tasting the rainbow.
All right. Next one up is Sour Patch Kids.
Again, I used to love it as a kid. That's how we gotta go. Corn.
That part. And the final candy is candy corn.
Oh, candy corn. Like, it's not even candy. Corn. It's not. It tastes like wax. You know what I'm saying? Wax candy.
Feel that. And that is candy or corn, my friend. Thank you, Mr. Francis, for playing.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yes. So, if you're working on some new projects or want people to know how to get in contact with you, now is the time to let people know how to plug you.
Sure. You can find me on Facebook, Eric T. Francis Art, and on Instagram, I'm Eric Francis Art. And I guess if you're in Shreveport, you just go down Marshall Street. I'm working on a mural now, a Ruby Bridges mural. You know, there's a bunch of murals down Marshall Street, but right there on Marshall and Creswell, it's on the side of a club. I forget the name of the club. There's a club out there on Marshall Street. I don't know the name of it.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll have to go and check it out. I have to check it out.
Yeah, I'll be there. Oh man, been working on this thing for a while, but I'll be finished this weekend. And got the Monroe project coming up, and I think we're gonna have some community involvement in that one. So it's gonna be pretty cool. Or just Facebook or Instagram. Instagram Eric Francis Art. Facebook Eric T Francis Art. You could reach me.
All right. Hey, and are you going to be involved in Critical Mass this year?
Yes, I have a painting in Critical Mass. I also have a painting at the Bossier Arts Council. It's part of the Sense Show. So I made a painting that you can touch. You can touch all the art there. So go to Bossier Arts Council. It's a wonderful show. They have scratch and sniff paintings. Need I say more? You know what I'm saying? If that doesn't fascinate you or pique your interest, I don't know what would.
Okay. When can people get over there and check it out?
I'm not exactly sure. Just check check the website for the Bossier Arts Council, and you see some amazing work. Yeah.
Nice. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and announce it here. I've been also selected to be a part of Critical Mass this year, so I'm excited.
Awesome.
I submitted my new book of poetry, Quarantine Quest, for this particular event, and I'm excited. Looking forward to winning. So and I'm excited about Critical Mass. So I want to just tell you, bro, keep doing what you're doing, keep inspiring me. And one day you might be painting something for me one day. I don't.
Oh, that'd be great. Yeah, and I
Uh,
just got to say to you, man, keep putting in that work. Keep putting in that work, man. We see you
thank,
out here. I see you out here. I see you working, always
thank
popping
you.
up everywhere, just doing your thing, man. It's awesome. That inspires me, man. Always networking, always getting things together. It's really cool to see.
Yeah, and I missed you at Art Break. I came through and did some volunteer time at Art Break, and I
Oh,
missed you.
okay.
I saw Mimsy's picture with you at Art Break, so I missed you at Art Break. But I'm pretty sure you did your thing because Art Break is great.
Yeah, yeah.
Art Break is absolutely crazy. I had fun last weekend when I just came out. I
Mhm.
worked with Miss Yolanda Barnes,
Okay.
and we had a great time at Art Break. I'm looking forward to Art Break next year.
Cool, cool. They're always looking for people, so you know what I'm saying.
So, people, if you were not at Art Break, you probably missed Mr. Eric Francis. But if you were there, this is the Mr. Eric Francis. Eric, thank you for coming through here tonight. Thank you for taking out your time. I know you were a hard one to get down on the calendar because you are working all over the place, but I am
Look,
so grateful.
I work all over my forearms. I be
Yes,
working.
yes, yes. Thank you so much for what you do. Thank you for inspiring other younger artists and the next generation of painters, and for all that you're doing around the city. You're leaving your legacy. You're definitely leaving a legacy here. And that one that y'all did, the one that y'all did on I-20, I love that because I literally drive by there all the time. So
Mhm.
that is a breath of fresh air for me. So shout outs to you and everyone involved with that. And I got to put my handprints in the mural that you
Oh,
did
awesome.
with
Oh, yeah, that's right.
community.
You did. That's right.
I'm gonna have to go out there and find it. It's been a minute. But I'm just such a fan of your work. I'm such a fan of all of the work that you're doing. And to have you here, this is a win for me. So thank you.
Thanks. Thanks. Yeah, the Underpass project was really special. So it's Cadavian and it was Ben Moss who actually came up with the idea. And me and Willie Love, we also worked on it. You know what I'm saying? So they had all of us were together doing this amazing thing. But yeah, I want to thank you for your platform, for inviting me, for having me on, and for understanding, and rescheduling me so quickly. You know what I mean? Because I was mad, I was messed up. The meeting just went longer than I thought. I apologize, man. I'm sorry about that. Me publicly
No,
apologize.
you are great.
Sorry about that. You know what I'm saying? And thank you for rescheduling me because this was cool.
Yes.
I enjoyed it.
No problem at all. Fantastic shit. Thank you for coming through here. I gotta do this little tea spill, but I appreciate you for coming through here. I'm gonna hit you up right after I wrap up, and we'll chat a little bit more.
Okay.
All right. You enjoy your night. Everyone, thank y'all for tuning in with Mr. Eric Francis.
Thank you, everybody. Have a good night.
All right, you guys. So I gotta spill this tea before I go. I need everyone. If you have not yet gotten your tickets for Smoking Aces happening May the 11th and 12th at the East Bank Theater, please, man, please, sir, get your tickets. Shout out to Miss Shayna Renee, to Scooter Man, and Shayna D Music for everything that y'all are doing right now, getting ready for this play. May the 2nd at Shreveport Green, Give for Good with special guest, the Renzi Center. It's going to be at the Tap from 4 p.m. until 8 p.m. So please, man, please, sir, do being ready for that as well. And also, May the 27th, the Greenbrook subdivision is going to be having their Greenbrook celebration, their Greenbrook Love Day celebration, honoring Mr. Jerome Atkins of the Greenbrook Love Day Foundation. And it will be hosted by Mr. Kelvin Chairman Wesley. So if you're in the subdivision for Greenbrook, you don't want to miss the event, all right? And you know, I gotta promote these books and these shows. So if you tune in to a Lil Tea Time and you missed an episode, you can go over to YouTube. You can tune in on YouTube. And you can also subscribe to my Spotify channel and listen to the show on Spotify. New show just dropped today on Spotify. So if y'all missed the episode of Lil Tea Time, they're also on Spotify. And you can also check out all of my books available right now at Agora Borealis. Y'all know the brand. It is the Jari's Dion brand. And the books are Coming Full Circle, Revised Edition.
Mhm.
Coming Full Circle to Marriage, Money, and Mayhem. My first book of poetry that is sold out on hand, but also available at Amazon.com and Agora Borealis, The Confessions of a Conceited Drama King. My second book of poetry, Catching Up with Me, and my latest project, Quarantine Quest, all available right now at Agora 1 Lake Street or at Amazon.com. Just type search Jari's Jrays Dion Deyond, and you can check out the books there, right? Also, you guys check out Grade A Grub, available right now on YouTube. That's the other show that I am a part of. So y'all get to check that out as well. And before I go, y'all know what I always do. Opportunities knocking. You matter. Let's build and go higher, Shreveport. And remember to be great on purpose and not by accident. The future is now. I am Jared, aka JarUSD, your favorite published author's favorite published author, and your host of A Lil Tea Time with my guest tonight, Mr. Eric Francis. Y'all have a great night. To everyone who's tuning in, thank you to everyone who's tuning in. Again, please like and share tonight's show for other people to tune in as well. And thank y'all so much. Y'all have a great night, all right? I'm out of here. About to go have me some dinner. So y'all take it easy.
Welcome to
Oh, yeah. Who's listening? All right. Hi, Mom. I love you. Good night.